Hi, Texas, and this will be my 8th year coaching at Westlake. And obviously, like all of you, this has been probably the most unique 6 months of my teaching and coaching life. I teach U.S. history as well as coach in Texas. We are head coaches, and all coaches of team sports are also full-time teachers. So I'm definitely living both adjustments. And so one of the things that really hit me with the last 6 months is a reminder, I guess, because we all already know this, but of how little control we really have in the big picture. And so as I've kind of gone through the ebbs and flows that we all have of when will school open, who will be in school, how will we get to school, how can we impact both our students and or athletes in a virtual environment, I really tried to focus in on the micro things that I could control and really tried to put in the best practices I could in whatever system we were having. And obviously, like all of you, that seems to change every couple of weeks as administration and governments try to adjust to what we're all dealing with. So for me in the classroom, one of the things that has really helped in a mostly remote world so far, I am also now teaching blended, meaning I'm teaching virtual and in person simultaneously when I'm in school, has been hyperslides and hyperdocs. I found them really helpful because they are engaging to the students. So I've taken a lot of my older lessons that would have been lectures or class discussions, which is much harder to do on Zoom, and sort of done them in some more appealing ways to students. Obviously, students really like technology and videos and things like that. So a lot of clips, and then a lot of opportunity for them to express themselves on the slides or docs in writing, and really giving their opinion based on what we've learned, as opposed to just a lot of multiple choice or fill in the blank or straight notes. So that's been really beneficial in my classes. The other thing we've done a lot in class for Zoom, for those of you who are Zooming, I've really found the chat feature really helpful. I have a lot of kids that are hesitant to ask questions. With 30 kids on a Zoom, some don't, as you know, want to even show their face. And so as I've kind of opened that more and more, I found I've gotten a lot more direct communication with my students in real time. And for me at my age, that seems kind of impersonal and I don't love it, but I'm trying to get to their 16-year-old world. And for them, that's how they communicate all the time. So chat has really been a big deal for me in my classroom, in my virtual classroom. Athletically speaking, in Zoom, we have gone back and done a lot of film work during our athletic period. In Texas, we have an athletic period. So even when we were unable to work out, we were able to do a lot of basketball things together. So we watched a lot of old film that my assistants and I clipped. We talked about new ways we wanted to do things. I was able to access some college films of schools that run similar systems to us and really break those down. We've put them in breakout rooms inside our Zoom meetings and had them break down different parts of both our games or a college game, and then come back and discuss it and get takeaways from each group. And it's been really interesting to see how different groups take the same game and see different strengths and weaknesses. We try to mix up who speaks out after they're in a breakout room. Typically, we try to make the youngest athlete speak in trying to help them find their voice within our team. As we all know, that can be a challenge for younger players. So we've really tried to help them find their voice by allowing them to talk, but they've had upperclassmen help them come up with what they're talking about in order to give them some more confidence. So that's been something we've been able to do it on Zoom. We are actually back in Texas, able to work with our athletes right now. So it's been great to be back on the court with them. And I can say that the film stuff that we did on Zoom really has helped. While they obviously still really needed to learn some things on the court, the references we're able to make and the vocabulary terminology, especially for our younger, newer players, it's really made that transition easier. So while who knows what tomorrow will bring as we sit here at the end of September, I definitely think that these tactics, both in the classroom and with our athletes, while not perfect and while not the number one environment I don't think any of us would choose, it has certainly been helpful in helping them to find meaningful learning opportunities both for school and basketball. So I hope some of those ideas are helpful to you, and thanks for listening.